right. Welcome back to the DNA Pest Control Podcast. Today we have an awesome guest. I'm hoping we'll find out here pretty soon. But Robert is a technician from Missouri, Colombia area. That's where he's currently kind of running his route. Robert, are you there?
I am here, sir.
Awesome. Okay, so how's everything going?
They're going pretty good. We're slowly getting busier, just fighting the rain right now.
Okay, well, that's not too bad. Are you still able to spray in the rain?
No, our label reads 24 hours after. If there's going to be rain 24 hours afterwards, we can't spray. So it's kind of hit and miss right now.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, how long have you been in the industry?
Well, I've been in the industry 5 years now, just a little over.
Okay, and how do you like it so far?
I absolutely love it.
Okay, so, well, what made you want to even get into pest control? How did you hear about it?
Well, my dad actually ran a small company whenever I was growing up in Iowa, and then he got out of that whenever we moved to Missouri. I was in the Army, deployed to Afghanistan, came back, became a cop, hated it. Decided to try myself in the firefighter side. Did that, just didn't make a whole lot. So I responded to a Craigslist ad for pest control tech. I'm like, we'll try it out. Did it part-time in between my shifts at the fire department. And about 6 months later, the owner came to me with a number I couldn't resist. So I've been here ever since.
That's awesome. And so now you're going full time.
Mm-hmm.
And are you doing mostly residential, or what do you do?
Well, I kind of do everything. I do anything from real estate inspections for termites to property management to commercials to residential. You name it, I do it. Most of the technicians in our company are pretty well apt to doing everything, which is kind of nice.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. So how does the licensing work out there?
Say that one more time, sorry.
How does the licensing work out there?
So the licensing here in Missouri, once you start, you got to go through all sorts of training, about 2 weeks of training with a commercial applicator. And then once you get your technician license, you're actually under that commercial applicator. After a minimum of a year, you can go take a test. You have to take your core test and pass it. And then after that, you can take specific tests, such as, your general pest control, your wood destroying insects, your turf lawn, all of that. I mean, I believe there's 11 different categories that you can get into. Don't quote me on that one, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds just like here. There's a QAL license, and the QAL license has categories from A to J, I think.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's some stuff in there that I didn't even know would be considered a pest control job, but it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But okay, so that's awesome. So you jumped in that, you started getting everything, and you did all that during part-time?
Yeah, for 6 months I did all that part-time. And then once I came full-time, the owner's like, hey, you want to go see if you can pass your test? And I'm like, sure, let's do it. So I went and passed my core, my wood destroying insects, and my general structure pests. And I just took my lawn turf and ornamental management test 2 weeks ago. That was a pain in the butt, but hey, I'm now licensed in that.
You got it. Hey, well, congratulations. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And so what's kept you in the industry?
It's hard to, I can't really describe it that well. I mean, there's never the same day. I mean, even if you just have nothing but, exterior treatments on your route with no one's going to be home and you're just doing, cracks and crevices, de-webbing, base treatments. It's not the same. I mean, every house is different. I mean, I'm kind of that weird guy. I mean, the owner loves it, but customers hate it because I'll point out things like, hey, the grade on the house is a little too high. You need to take that mulch out. Your mulch has a lot of fungus. I mean, I point out a lot of things that I feel is important. I mean, I don't know if there's a lot. I mean, I was listening to your podcast earlier and I'm like, holy cow, you and I are like the same people. I love it. Very detail oriented. I mean, I just love being able to help people and actually see, going into a bed bug job and, being able to do the treatment and, 2 weeks later doing a follow up just to make sure everything's gone. And you can just see the relief on the customer's face. I absolutely love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's one thing. God, I could always talk about it, but I mean, that is something that's always rewarding here in this job, is we're actually helping people.
Oh yeah.
I mean, whether it is bed bugs in a house or it comes down to a rat infestation or cockroaches or whatever it may be. I mean, you walk out of there and you've eliminated it. It's awesome. And they're super happy.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
So do you have a crazy story? I mean,
I have too many of those.
Well, pick one. Let's hear it. Maybe two.
Let's see. Probably the craziest one that I can think of. We're doing public housing building. We do quarterly inspections for bed bugs and roaches because, of course, everyone knows that they're not going to tell us if they have an issue when we go there weekly to do the treatments. So we are going through these room by room. I think there's 94 or 95 rooms in this building. It was the middle of the day. We were all worn out by the end of it. There's me and one other tech. We walk into this room. No one answered doors, so we know we keyed in. Pest control coming in. We go in. My buddy, the guy with me, goes, treats the kitchen, makes sure there's no roaches. As I'm walking over to the bed, and I see this lump in the bed, I'm like, oh, hey, pest control. Nothing. And I'm like, okay, please say it's not a dead body. I've had a couple of those, but this time it wasn't. This time it was a inflatable sex doll that has been repaired and patched with duct tape all over the place. It has a baby doll face duct tape to it, nipple rings, a piercing somewhere else, and that was probably one of the strangest things I've ever walked into. And then as we were leaving, I mean, we were all laughing, having a good time. And as we were leaving, we we gained our composure, shut the door, went to the neighbors, and the guy was walking into his unit. We're just like, oh my God.
Oh no. Oh man, that is crazy. And you've run it. You said you ran into dead bodies before?
Oh yeah. I've ran into two. I think is my. Doing pest control side. I think I've ran into two. We had one at the public housing, of course. We walked in, the O2 machine was going, and I'm like, oh, okay, so he's on oxygen. Knock on the door, no answer. Pest control. And this guy is just, birthday suit laying on the bed sideways. So his head's like hanging off the mattress and his legs are hanging off the mattress. And I'm like, oh, good grief. So, I was a firefighter, first responder for a while. And I just looked, I'm like, well, that's lividity. And the guy with me was just freaking out. He's just like, I've never seen a dead body. And I'm like, well, just, all right, walk out. I went to check a pulse, just to make sure. But yeah, he had pretty good lividity on his back. So I'm like, all right, well, let's shut the door. You stay here at the door. I'm going to go let the management office know. And he's like, how do you stay so calm? I'm like, Man, you should see some of the things I've seen. This is
Oh,
nothing. I will take this every day.
well, oh man. Well, yeah, you just beat my stories 100%. I have yet to see a dead body, so oh my.
Oh man, it'll come. It will come.
Oh man, that is intense. I don't think I would freak out, but that would definitely that's definitely a shocker for most. I guarantee that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is. I'm going to be telling your story a lot.
Well, I got plenty more. You got my number. Just if you need something good, just give me a call.
I mean, our job, we're never bored. I mean, like you said, it's
No
something
kidding.
different, but I mean, yeah, dead body is definitely one that will top the rest. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Um, so do you have kind of an experience where you kind of walked out and you were like, man, this is, where it was a good reassurance of this job is rewarding? Do you have one of those?
I mean, I have a few of those. I mean, the beauty of working at the company I work for, the owner, he is absolutely amazing. He is like the dude with the biggest heart in the world. We've had a few times where we've had customers where they're like, hey, I can't afford this,
Yeah.
and I mean, I'm a softie too. Most people won't think that I am because especially when I was the manager, they're all like, okay, yeah, he's in the army, leave him alone. But I'm a big softie too. So, I mean, there's been times where, I'd call the owner and be like, hey, we got this. I would, can I pay for it? Or, something like that. And then the owner's just like, nope, do the treatment, get it for free, get them taken care of, and being able
That's
to help
cool.
people, who are less fortunate, I mean, pest control, I mean, to me, it's needed 100%. I mean, we're right up there with, healthcare providers, I feel, just because of all the diseases and stuff like that insects can carry. But being able to actually help somebody, it's just like, yeah, you just, I don't know how to explain the feeling. It's just amazing.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've been there in situations where, I mean, I've seen a ton of little kids, and I know the kids don't know, and they're probably not grateful because they don't know.
Oh yeah.
But man, yeah, when it comes to like little kids, and I go into a cockroach infested apartment unit or anything like that, it's like, no, I'm gonna do my best. This is gonna,
100%.
yeah, I'm gonna take care of them and make sure this is done. And sometimes I'm a little rude to the parents, but it's for the kids.
Yeah. The parents, I mean, I've had the few that are supposed to like, all right, sit down and listen. We're going to talk.
Oh yeah.
But there's other times where, that the parents trying, but that's very few and far between. But I mean, when it comes to kids, I'm a huge softie, and I'm not going to, I was a cop for way too long from what my employees tell me. So I'm okay with sitting somebody down and firmly telling them something.
Yeah, and talking. Yeah, oh yeah, telling them how it is and how they need to do it. That's good though. I mean, some people
Oh
need
yeah,
it.
definitely.
So, okay, so right before we started recording, you said you were doing paperwork.
Oh yeah.
What paperwork are you doing?
Well, we call them post reports
Okay.
at my company. What that is basically at the end of the day, all the technicians, all the applicators, everybody writes an email to our office saying what we did, if there were any issues, or if a follow up is needed. So that way they don't have to rummage through the 10 pages of a schedule and go through each individual stop that we had. So we send out an email. So like today I had 2 stops, but like I also told you, I'm starting a new branch just north of where we're at now.
Yeah.
So I went and did a bunch of marketing. So like I quoted 60 homes today-ish. So, I let her know, hey, if anybody from this street calls, this was their price that I quoted them. So I mean, it makes the communication between the office and the field a lot better. And then if a customer calls and says, "Hey, your technician didn't show up," they can pull up the email like, "Well, they knocked on the door 3 times, they called you twice, you didn't answer, so they left the door hanger and left."
Gotcha.
So it just saves a lot of time for our office and our techs.
Yeah. Are you do you guys use paper still, or is it?
We do.
You use paper?
Yep. I would love to use an app. I love my company, but on some things we're still in the dark ages.
I'm going to tell you something, because this may get you a bonus raise. I don't know. I don't know, but a little secret. Okay, I've used a few different online systems, and some owners are actually very scared to jump over for multiple reasons.
Yep.
But a big one is because it costs money. How much is it going to cost me? And there is a company that's actually very, very cheap, but that's awesome, and we use them. And it's called Pest Routes. You should talk to the owner about it.
I just wrote it down. I'm going to have to talk to him about it.
Because that will be a lifesaver for him. Because you sending an email at the end of each day would get completely wiped away. Because once you get done at a stop, you can send an office note directly to the office, and it all gets saved into the system, and it alerts them. So they can go through and check each one, and it will get saved to that specific account. So,
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
it's a big game changer.
Huh, I like it.
How many technicians are over there?
Including myself, we have, I believe it's 11 right now.
Oh, okay. And how many office staff does he have?
3 full-time and 1 part-time.
Oh, I mean, it's unfortunate, but he's probably going to have to fire 2 of those people.
No. I've been saying that for years.
Well, no,
I think we're overpopulated in the office side. So,
well, it's just the system. The system eliminates so much work. So, I mean, he could actually almost get down to 1.5 in the office.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, no,
that'd be amazing.
Yeah, no, it's a complete. I mean, I'm telling you, it's another thing. But I mean, if you can bring that up to him, you're going to save him a lot of money.
I can definitely do that.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So now, is this the only company you worked for?
Yes. This is the only pest control company I've ever worked for.
Okay, so just kind of well, that's good though. I mean, and who was it just another technician who trained you, or was it the owner himself?
The owner himself actually trained me, and then once I came on full time, I took over that job for most of our technicians. And then while I deployed again in 2019, so we had another field manager who took over that.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's awesome though. So you're kind of one-on-one with him. You know how he likes it done. You know what needs to be done. No, that's perfect. That's one way to do it. So, so now where you sit, you're creating a whole new route essentially for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So
that I am.
So you're doing a ton of the sales.
Yeah. So I'm having all sorts of fun. Yeah. I mean, most of my efforts right now are just on foot. But hopefully within the next couple weeks, I'll actually have a little bit of time, evenings and stuff like that, to where I can actually start, posting on Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff, so I can actually start getting my face out there.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So I might you don't need to tell me numbers or anything, because I don't want to get too personal, but pay structure, is the pay structure kind of the same as what I imagine everybody is, where it's like an hourly plus a commission base?
Sort of. Ours is a hourly rate, and then you have potential for bonuses per pay period. So if you produce more, you're going to earn more per pay period.
Okay.
We did the commission there for a while, and it was too confusing for the technicians to understand it, and we just went away with it. And we're like, all right, here's your base pay. This is what you're going to make at the minimum. But if you make over X, Y, and Z per week, this is what we'll give you as an incentive bonus.
Okay, that's cool. So that kind of pushes everybody to work extra hard to hit those numbers.
Definitely. I mean, our numbers that our baseline, I mean, they're not that hard to reach. They're really not.
Yeah, as long as you clock in and work, you should hit them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Not, going home at 2:00 in the afternoon on a 70-degree day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. So what would you consider is your kind of strong suit in the industry? What have you taken to?
Oh, heck. I mean, in my company particularly, I mean, everybody in the company knows that I'm the go-to guy for, termites, bed bugs, anything, general pest related, ants. I mean, 90% of the time, if it's a follow-up that, if we're having more than 2 follow-ups at a roach job, I'm going to it, and I'm going with the technician to, show them what I do. I mean, I'm seriously, like, any career that I go to, I want to be the best.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife hated me when I first started in this career, just for some fact that every night I was on Google, I was on YouTube, I was looking up labels, looking up products. I mean, if I'm going to be working somewhere, I'm going to make sure it's well worth it, and I'm going to be, well educated in every aspect of it.
Oh, that's awesome. You are a rare few.
That's what I've been told.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I've seen so many technicians in and out of the industry, and it's ridiculous how many you've seen who've been in it 15, 20, 25, 30 years, and they don't know anything that's new. They always talk about the old, but they have no idea what's going on right now.
No kidding. Oh yeah. We have one of our technicians who's been here. He's our real estate inspector. He primarily does termite inspections.
Uh-huh.
But he's, 14, 15 years with this company, and, someone will bring up a question and be like, oh, you can just go use this. And I'm like, no. No, you can't use that anymore. you can't use a termiticide inside.
Yeah, everything has changed.
Yeah. So, I mean, I love how this industry continues to improve, and just new products and everything come out, because I'm the first guy to call my rep and be like, hey, I just heard about this product. You got any samples?
Oh yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah. Cause it's in this industry, we have changed, we have grown. I mean, just the few years I've been in it, I have seen so many different changes. And what I was taught, which is actually funny, from one of the guys I knew, he was in it for 15. Now it's over 20 years. But when he was training me, was about 15 years in. And a lot of stuff he's told me and he was teaching me is all wrong.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's all wrong now. I mean, there's other ways to do it, better ways to do it. And they were wrong. It's crazy.
Oh, 100%.
So, I mean, it's nuts to see that, but that's awesome that you're out there. I mean, it's awesome that you love this job. It's unique. Do you get to take the truck home?
I am one of the very few in the company that gets a take-home vehicle.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know okay. Yeah, here it's pretty normal. Everyone takes their vehicle home.
We used to be that way, but we had technicians who were like to go downtown after work on a Friday. So we were having a lot of issues with that, and no. That's why if my wife wants to go do anything after work, like, all right, well, add another 20 minutes to that and I'll be there. She's like, what? I'm like, I'm gonna go home, get my personal truck, and then I'll meet you. I'm like, I'm not taking the chance of having my spray rig broke or my truck stolen or any of my equipment or anything. And no, not happening.
Oh, heck no. That's good though. I mean, that's awesome that you get that benefit of taking that vehicle and driving and everything, because that's one of the perks that a lot of guys don't know who's out of the industry. When they get in, they can't leave because it's, who's getting paid to, they have paid gas, their vehicle's paid for, maintenance is paid for. You get to drive that to and from work. Where are you going to find that?
Oh yeah, exactly.
You don't find that outside. So, okay. One last question, before we end, or if you want to ask me questions, I'm up for it. But, what would you tell a new guy coming in?
Oh man. I mean, I feel all the new technicians that come to our company. I mean, I'll sit them down. We have like an annual meeting every year with all the new techs. And I always tell them, hey, welcome to the industry. You're going to find out in about 2 weeks if it's for you or not. If it's not for you, I mean, you don't be in it. Our company is in the market to help people and make sure that you're paid well. But if you're not going to take care of your customers or anything, hit the door.
Yeah. Oh no, that is awesome that you have a culture like that, because, once again, and I hate to say it because we're all in it together, but there's a lot of technicians out there that shouldn't be a technician.
Oh, 100%. Oh yeah.
And that's one thing I say at my company is, you don't have to be here. I don't want you here if you don't want to be here. So I won't be mad. I'm not going to be hurt. You're not going to make me cry. You guys can leave at any time. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I want the ones who want to be here.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, well.
You want to open a branch in Missouri? I got you.
If you ever want to move out to Sacramento.
I don't know if my country bumpkin butt would do good out there.
You'd be surprised. You do just fine. You'd have to keep to yourself, but you would be okay. Oh man. Well, thanks so much for being on, Robert. Is there anything you want to ask me? Anything like that?
I mean, not that I can. I mean, I know earlier in the back of my head, I was like, "Oh yeah, I can ask him." Nothing's coming to mind right now. I mean, other than me opening up this new branch, marketing sides of things. We're a small company, so finances aren't the greatest. What would you say would be my best marketing?
Well, there's. Now, I don't know out there specifically, but there's a few apps that are very, very cheap. You'd have to look them up. So one's called Thumbtack. Thumbtack's actually really well. They send you the leads. So they'll send you people who are interested, and we're talking dollars. $5 here, $4 there. Nothing for a lead. And so that's a big one. Another big one that a lot of people aren't doing, and I hesitate to even tell you this because it's so good, but I'm going to tell you it anyway, is you can go on Groupon. So Groupon is free until someone buys something, and then they take their portion of it out. So they will advertise for you for free.
Holy cow.
Yep.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. And what we've done, I'm giving you all the secrets. I shouldn't be telling you this, but what we've done, the whole point of the podcast is to learn. So this is perfect for everybody. But so what we've done is we've put everything on Groupon. We've opened up, whatever we're trying to push. And then what we'll do is when we get calls in or people book it, we'll talk to them and try to convince them to go onto an ongoing service instead of a one-time or whatever they purchase.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, which I hope Groupon doesn't listen to this, but even other times we tell them, because they'll ask you, they'll say, is it better just to go through you or go through Groupon? And we'll tell them, it's easier through us. So then Groupon actually doesn't get any money.
Oh, wow.
So
genius.
Yep. So they do, and they push everything. So they're pushing pest control to people. They're throwing out all the advertising dollars, and you just sit back and you'll take a portion of that if they buy through Groupon. If they buy directly to you, Groupon just, they spent all the money on you for nothing.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So that's another good one. And the other one I was going to say, which once again, you got to check your area, is, have you heard of Nextdoor?
Yes. I actually just signed up for that last week.
Okay. So Nextdoor, they've come out with a couple different ones. That's kind of interesting. So one thing you can do is you can sponsor a neighborhood. So far, I'm not having great success with that. And it's more expensive. So it may not be something you want to do or the owner doesn't want to do. But the other side is you can go a radius around, where the business is set up, and you can advertise to all of those people. And so when it's peak season, that's the best time to throw out your advertisements on Nextdoor.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. No, you want a route built in within this next couple of months. Those three things alone would probably get you a route.
That's amazing. I like the sound of it. I guess I'm going to be staying up late tonight too.
Yeah, no, it's really rewarding. I kind of ran across some of these just, from hearing people talk about it, or they saw something online, or a commercial. And then I started jumping on some of these things, and I've thrown away a few because some of them are crap. One of them that I will never recommend anyone to is Home Advisor.
Oh, yeah, we've dealt with them in the past.
Yeah,
horrible.
Don't ever use them. I mean, I spent 1 year. I spent almost $9,000 with them, and
oh gosh,
and we only brought back I think 11. So out of all that time and everything spent, we only made about $2,000. Which
that's horrible.
Oh, it wasn't. Well, we were negative. Return. Yeah, we were negative with them. So it was such a terrible thing. I will never use them again. Angie's List is another one that I don't suggest. It's very, very expensive, and the bang for the buck isn't there. They want way too much money.
Okay.
So,
I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, you can never go wrong, obviously, with social media. You're going to do well with that. Facebook, Instagram. As long as you're consistent, everything's going to pay off.
Perfect.
But yeah, I mean, and it sounds like, your personality, you're very honest. You can hear that in your voice. You want to help people. I mean, that alone is going to draw in so many people.
I'm too honest sometimes. I've been told that by lots of customers because I'm like, I can do it, but it's really simple for you to just take a screwdriver and just do this. I mean, my customers love it because they request me and everything like that, but it's like I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I mean, I'd rather keep you as a long-term customer than just make a buck right now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. 100%. No, that's awesome. Yeah. Keep that up. Keep that up, attitude up. And I hope you do well.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Now, Robert, do you want to throw out your Instagram, social media?
Yeah. The Instagram is Robert_Grindstaff. You'll see a goofy picture of me with my beautiful wife. I'll probably be changing that soon, so that way everybody doesn't try and steal her from me.
There you go.
And then my Facebook is just Robert Grindstaff. I mean, you'll see a picture of me, my goofy self, and my beautiful wife on there too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Robert, and have an awesome evening, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. You have a good one.
You too, sir.
Bye. All right. So there you have it from Robert. A pest technician who's been in it for 5 years out of Missouri. Just the small amount of time he's been in the industry, but the large amount of knowledge that guy has for doing things the right way. So guys, for this month of April, the National Pest Management Month, remember, it doesn't matter how long you've been in it. It's how much you're putting into it. He's out there, he's grinding, he's knocking doors, he's creating a route for himself. You don't find a lot of those guys out there. A lot of guys are scared of that. They shy away from that. Follow his example, because he's one that right now he may just be a route technician creating route. He's not going to be there for very long. And if his owner isn't going to pay him, I'm going to take him, because, to have that initiative is something so hard to find. But also, the stories he has and the how rewarding this job can be is amazing. So take this month and reflect on that, put that out there, tell people about what we're doing and how we do it and how we're doing it the right way. We don't want to focus on the bad technicians out there, the guys who don't learn, who don't grow. But we want to focus on the Roberts out there that are growing, that are building something, that are being generous and kind and actually taking their jobs seriously, and they have that profound love for it. He's going to be an excellent tech in the future. He already is one, but he's only going to get better if he keeps at it. And that's awesome. So, reach out to him on Instagram. It sounds like he's more than willing to talk to anybody who has any questions specifically for him. So definitely reach out to him. And thanks for listening to the DNA Pest Control Podcast. If you want to DM me or be a guest on the show, feel free. Instagram is DNA Pest Podcast, or you can email at dnapestpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks, guys.